Let's get the show on the road.
What's up, guys? Well, welcome back to the show. Today we've got Game Test Play and our special guest, Clipsing Binary, with us. We might have someone else stopping by during the show. They might pop in, but we'll have to get rolling here. So, Game Test Play. Let's start with you. What is your gaming channel focus on over there?
Well, it's been a lot of different things like gaming music, retro gaming, indie games, some pinball, some Mega Man, but pretty much anything that I'm playing at the meantime, and just looking for the definitive games of different genres because I like a whole bunch of different games. I'm always trying to find like the best experience, whether it be like a roguelike 2D platformer like Dead Cells or like a racing game or something. I'm always looking for the best games out there. Just sharing what I find.
Right. So you like going through like the different genres and the different decades of gaming and just picking out one of like the staples of those and trying all those different ones out, kind of.
Yeah, it's also evolved into like gaming music and gameplay videos. Like I was doing reviews earlier and I decided that I don't really watch reviews, but I do watch gameplay videos. So I wanted to make gameplay videos, but I also wanted to sync them to sound to like make the soundtrack stand out. So what I do is I get the soundtracks from different games and then I cut them up and put up maybe like 30 seconds to a minute of each song and do like a mashup of them and then sync it to the gameplay footage to show off the game. So they're kind of like glorified trailers.
Sick.
Okay. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Nice. And tell me, like, what got you into gaming at first? What was the first thing that started getting you down the road of gaming?
Well, I was born into gaming. I remember playing Atari 2600 and Radio Shack Tandy, probably when I was like in diapers or before I could talk, for sure. So I was always into gaming.
So like you don't remember when you weren't gaming, pretty much.
I had times on and off when I wasn't gaming because I had like real life to attend to. Like I didn't play it too much in like early college, maybe even in high school. I kind of dipped out of the fifth generation. That's what I thought was the worst generation of consoles. I know a lot of people disagree with that because they grew up on it. They grew up on that first generation of 3D polygon stuff. But I was like, oh man, I don't know if I can handle this. And then it got better, the 6th gen and 7th gen. And now I'm back into gaming full time because like, everything's like nice and smooth. And if I try to revisit those old 5th generation console games, it's like, oh god, they got to be remastered.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Oh, we got someone popping in over here. How you doing, buddy?
Hey.
But Game Test Play. So, what was your favorite game growing up? Game Test.
Probably I like the Mega Man series on the NES console, and then Super Nintendo. I like the Legends of Zelda, Earthbound, and there's a few other like esoteric indie games that I liked, like Uniracers. Do you remember Uniracers? Anybody?
Oh yeah. That's a while ago. Wow.
That game actually had copy trademark infringement. So because some Disney movie had like a unicycle in it, so they sued the guys and they couldn't make the game anymore. But they went on to become DMA and Rockstar and eventually like the GTA crew, like who developed those games. So that was one of the earlier games, but yeah, they did like racing stuff. So it was pretty cool.
Yeah, man. So, tell me about like some of your favorite gaming channels on Minds right now.
I don't really watch too many gaming channels, to be honest, man. I really don't watch other people's content as much because I'm too busy doing other things. I have other projects going on besides Game Test Play where I do sound and audio for other people. So very few.
So you make a lot of custom music too. I know that.
Yeah, I do producing for some people and some audiobooks. I also do that. So I do a lot of different things, but I like watching videos on demand more than I do the live streams because I need to, like, my time is limited. So I only have like a little short window to actually enjoy something, usually when I'm eating lunch or dinner. So I'll maybe have 15, 20 minutes to just jump in and see what's happening. But yeah, if I do look into something, I'm usually searching for something specifically, like gameplay footage or like maybe how to cheese through a game or something, cheats, stuff like that. So I'll look for it, have it ready, queued up, and then be like, okay, I'm watching this now.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
hello.
How we doing over there, buddy? How's it going, man?
Doing great. Sorry, I had to install an extension to get here. Whoa!
Get what?
I didn't install an extension, Jitsi or something like that.
Oh,
Really?
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
yeah.
I don't know. It wasn't
Interesting.
on my thing. Are we live now, or are we?
Yeah, we're already live, man. You're late, so I mean,
Yeah,
welcome
we
to
are.
the
Yeah.
show.
Sorry, it was a work day today.
Yeah, so yeah, we got a full house today. We were just talking to Game Test Play, who makes he's talking about how he's producing music and everything. So yeah,
Oh,
man.
nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah.
Sorry to interrupt.
Oh,
With
no
my
No, no
problem.
worries.
tardiness.
No problem.
Sorry about
man.
that.
Yeah, it's all roll and flow over here. It happens. We got Eclipsing Binary over there. He makes music too. He's more of more on the guitar side, right, Eclipsing?
Yeah, that's right. I stick with guitar and then just add MIDI drums to them and some. I have a bass too, so yeah, just basic guitar, bass, and drums stuff.
Yeah,
Nice.
man. Yeah. So Maximus Uber Drive, what's your channel focus on over there, brother?
Well, we focus on a lot of things.
Yeah, we do
Space,
quite a bit.
travel. We're very serious about being part of the company that we associate with. No, we're live streamers, but we wanted to take a different approach to things. We wanted to create a more full, encompassing lore to our stream, and get people hooked on what it is that we do that way. So we instead of just game streaming, going, hey, let's play this and that, because we actually did that for a while, and it was boring. It was boring.
It sucked. We did it for like 6 months too.
Yeah.
And nothing happened.
Yeah,
Just the
man.
two of us.
I've seen a couple of your uploads. They're pretty good so far. I like you. You're definitely getting a little more creative down the road. But yeah, I like them so far. You're doing good. So what originally got you guys into gaming? Like, what started your journey down the road to gaming?
Well, it was a warm summer day, and Dad came home from work with a Commodore 64 in hand.
Ooh,
It was
boomer.
Yeah, I'm a boomer. Well, I'm not quite a boomer. My dad's a boomer, and he was like, "Hey, let's have kids young." But yeah, so gaming started early for me on like Commodore 64, and it was a lot of bleep boop blop, not the kind of gaming that you see today. And
Yeah, it's crazy.
it was good times. And you know what? I took a lot of years away from it. I focused on traveling and music and career stuff. And I got back to it when I was able to afford it. Is really what it was.
Okay.
So
what was your favorite game growing up there, man?
growing up, holy cow, it was a big it was the I gotta say like platformers just in general. So
No, you got to give me a game, man. You got to give me that one memory of that game that really got you into it.
the one game,
There's that game that you were addicted to as a kid, and that was the game that you played, man.
The one I'm gonna have to say that I actually first got addicted to and couldn't put it down and kept seshing was Sonic the Hedgehog.
Sonic.
Okay.
Nice.
I'm more of a Mario. I'm on the Mario side.
Sonic.
I gotta say though, I wanted Mario, but my brother he likes playing sports ball and things like that. So my parents are like, well, we got to get him something that both of them can play with.
Okay,
so they got the Genesis, and I wanted a Nintendo because the Genesis had more sports games, which he never picked up, and I dominated the machine.
Of course. All right. Well, let's roll back to Game Test Player of there. How long have you been on Minds, Game Test?
I'd have to look at it right now. I mean, I can look at my profile. It feels like longer, but I think it's maybe 2 or 3 years, something around there.
Yeah, I think you've been here for a bit there. And tell me name me the favorite thing about Minds for you. Like, what's the best thing for Minds for you?
Well, it's still up and running, so I think that's pretty good. This gathering we got going on was pretty flow, so I'm happy with how it's been staying up to date and developing and working along. So I can always log in. I can always there's no outages so far, knock on wood. So I'm really happy about how they've been handling the upgrading and development of mines.
That's good. That's good. So, what would be something that they could improve on for you?
I mean, they could just reach out to get more people on here, because it's a really good platform. Everything works really well, and I'd like to see more people coming from all different walks of life and talking about different things. Like, I say that about all the alt tech platforms. They need more other stuff, from like makeup tutorials to like car stuff, to people who are interested in all different kinds of things, instead of just like, political, crypto, and like gaming has a pretty good spot here, because it seems like a lot of people who join these platforms are all into gaming, so it's pretty cool.
Yeah. I think the gaming department on here definitely got a lot better, and we're succeeding there. Oh man, who's getting
Somebody being
arrested?
arrested?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I didn't know my mic was picking shit up. My window's open. My bad.
Somebody's getting swatted.
I'll just close that. Sorry, guys.
Oh, no problem, man. No problem. Oh, SatoriD, what have you been up to, man? Did he go on a journey? I think he went and had some mushrooms over there.
Maybe. And this weekend for sure. Like, have some. I've just been editing and doing some other stuff, and actually lining up some like creative people to come on, and as you guys grow. And going back to like having minds have different things, that's something I've always been on, and my side is more creative. And so like tonight there's an open mic for poetry in the poetry group, which is cool. So there's this slowly but steadily, like, the communities are growing. They're small, but there's some cool little pockets of interesting things going on.
Yeah. The whole open mic poetry night. Of course they had to schedule it the same day we do these. Otherwise we would have been over there. But we have tomorrow. We're going to be on with Censorship Sucks. So we're gonna hop over to his podcast. So that'll be fun. My kid wants to talk to everybody, but yeah, Maximus Uber drive there. What are some of your favorite things about mine so far? I know you're a newer account. How long you been on?
Well, the two of us have been running the Maximum Underdrive account for a few months now. I mean, we moved
like
over
3.5.
Yeah, we moved.
Is it that much?
Maybe roughly around there. We moved over. We heard about Minds a while back, but there was like all the different alt tech platforms that are springing up. We don't know who's going where, what's happening. Kind of just want to swing with the scene, right? And see where stuff's happening. So we tried a few different ones, signed up for Gab, signed up for Parler. That fell through. I don't know what's happening with that anymore.
Oh yeah, it like disappeared or some shit, right? It just fell off the face of the map.
But like basically what happened was Twitter started getting like really toxic. Like just people in our community that were just like otherwise normal people were getting really engaged in just like toxic crap, right? Like all this cancel culture crap. And like it doesn't really appeal to me, like I have political opinions and stuff just like everybody else, but what we do is an escape from all of that, and we just really wanted to enjoy gaming and our sort of take on art and performance.
Yeah, it's really hard to jump into Twitter because they always got something on the sidebar that just drives you nuts, like telling you you're a bad person.
Totally. Yeah. You're
Right,
just like,
right.
I want to look at stuff without it telling me I have to feel a certain way. So we joined Minds, and we're like, okay, well, we'll check it out because I'm a big fan of Ian Crossland. He's big into Minds.
Yeah, sure.
I like watching Timcast, and I especially have a laugh every time Ian pipes up. He says some off the wall stuff, and Tim gives him shit for it. It's hilarious. So he's like, yeah, everyone should join Minds. So I'm like, well, this has got to be worthwhile, and it has been so far. Seems like a really cool crowd on Minds.
Yeah, the people on here seem really cool. There hasn't been much negativity. It seems like, Twitter.
Yeah, there's definitely a different kind of culture on minds, with the people. We're more supportive of, because we're all, we're all just users that are tired of all that. So we're more supportive of the creative kind of channels that are in the gaming channels and the art channels. We want to push them forward because we're tired of all the other shit, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
right.
yeah.
Well, see,
So-
all tech's kind of struggling because I mean, it seems like it's an area for political refugees to end up on the internet, where it should be focusing on, hey, guess what? We have artists that are doing fun stuff without the corporate like shove it down your throats.
I would agree with you. Like,
you know what I mean?
I mean, a year ago I would agree with you, but right now you have everybody that's getting, banned from everywhere. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't
Well,
matter.
that's it.
Yeah. Like now it's just basic views, and the whole cancel culture is for everybody now. They just want to get rid of everybody that they don't like. If they don't like you, they want to get rid of you. So
Yeah,
Right.
that's it. So I often wonder like how many people on Minds are on Minds because they got kicked off another platform versus like they just got fed up with the other platforms, because we're in the later camp, right? So we just got fed up with the way it is.
Right.
I mean, we still have presences on all these other platforms, but like I tried focusing a lot of energy on Minds because it seems like a cool community.
Yeah. I think you guys are definitely doing good with the videos that you make. You definitely have some very creative, like the whole spaceship dashboard thing and stuff like that. I like that setup.
Thanks,
And
man.
all that. Oh yeah, no problem. But yeah,
The comedy sketches there that they're doing.
yeah. And so what are some of your favorite things about the like the features on it? Not the atmosphere. Like, what are some of your favorite features so far? Like,
Well, this right now is a feature that I didn't even know existed.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest with you.
Yeah.
I could definitely see this integrated somehow. I can't wait until we get like the whole matrix up, so we can integrate the whole chat atmosphere, the Jitsi atmosphere, and like the whole like video atmosphere all at once. You know what I mean? That'd be
Like,
until that's all.
Yeah, we could
Is
share
there a
share
live chat for the
links.
people that are viewing?
Is there a live, like they could just go to
Yeah,
the stream?
on YouTube.
Oh, I see.
And then-
I
On
see.
YouTube?
Yeah,
gonna
but
have
you
to
can
pop
integrate
that
your YouTube videos over. So
Oh, that's dope. That's
yeah,
So
I mean
yeah,
it's a long
you can
city.
to stream into anywhere, actually. Yeah.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I've just been uploading like little shorts from our Twitch channel. So I'll put clips together and edit them down so that they're digestible for like, scrolling on your feed kind of thing.
Did any of you guys have trouble with the other platforms, like getting kicked off Twitter or Twitch or any of that?
No, we haven't got booted from anything.
No.
Like I said, we don't put out there like political opinion and stuff.
Yeah,
I mean-
neither do I. But I have actually had a lot of problems with censorship and being kicked off platforms, even before the whole political heat took on.
Would you get kicked off of their game?
Well,
Test Play?
before I had Game Test Play, I was doing a record label, and in 2013, I was traveling around for work. I had to do installations at different places, and I would log in from different cities, and eventually it would say like, "Oh, well, you can't log in here because you're in a different city," and I'm like, "What?" I'm like, I didn't
that's
understand
weird.
what. Right, it's weird. So it's not necessarily like a political thing that can be happening. And finally, I got in touch with some lady from Google. She was in India, I guess, and I had an account with them because I was doing business. I was running ads through them, and I'm like, "Look, I can't get onto my Google account. Could you help me?" She's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, there's nothing we can do for you." I'm like, "Wow." So if I can't have a YouTube account, I can't really continue my music, and I can't continue putting out stuff. She's like, "Oh, just create another account." I'm like, "Well, I can't really brand build like
That's
that."
annoying.
Yeah, so I mean, after that, and then Facebook started doing the same thing. They started to say, verify who you are, verify who you are. So I sent them my driver's license, all my info. They had my credit card information too. And they were just like, no, you're not a real person. So at that point, I just picked up and pretty much left the United States.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
Wow. I mean, I've all but just dumped Facebook. I mean, like I still have an account there,
Yeah.
just so like it doesn't look like I've disappeared.
Do you guys
But-
both have Twitches still?
Twitch
We're
accounts?
yeah, well,
Yeah. Do you both still have a Twitch account?
Yeah, we mainly stream on Twitch. So like when we have our active
and it's the same name and everything, same branding.
yeah,
Maximum
Underdrive.
Awesome. What about you, Game Test? You have a Twitch still?
Yeah, I used it for streaming retro game radio and gaming music mashup, but I don't do it too much anymore because it requires a lot of remote access and tinkering around. By the way, in case you guys don't know, I'm in mainland China. I've been living here for 3 years straight and about 7-8 years on and off.
Yeah. So we got people from literally around the world on right now on our show, which is awesome. Thank you, Game Test.
Yeah, that's got to be tough. I follow Loai86 and Serpenza. I like watching their stuff. They had to
good
leave
shout outs. We love shout outs. Awesome. What was their names again?
Lawhy86, LAOWHY 86, and Serpenza. Don't ask me to spell that.
Okay.
But they're both guys that were making YouTube videos out of mainland China.
Yeah, they were in Guangdong province too.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
I thought they were Minds channels. I was hoping they were Minds. Who do you like on Minds so far? Like, what are some of your favorite Minds channels over there, Maximus?
Well, I didn't even know there was any channels to follow on Minds. I've just been following like people that put memes and artwork in their posts. That's the most that I've been seeing. So
well, like you subscribe to somebody. So like, who are some of your favorite people that you've subscribed to?
Oh, I'd have to go through my feed. Most of the, I always forget the names. I always know the icons for the people that I follow. But
right. Everybody knows everybody by icons. It's so funny.
Exactly. Like Clara is one that I see for memes all the time. I've got the usual suspects. Infowars. I have to follow Infowars because Alex Jones. I like binge. I can binge Alex Jones just like without him on YouTube and stuff. I had withdrawals. Like, holy cow! I need somebody to just freak out on screen. I just need to see it. And then a lot of the people that we have friendships with, like on Twitch. So like Ruthless by Nature, Torque Nut, a lot of these other creators that we're familiar with on Twitch, we follow also on Minds.
And what's your favorite game currently, Maximum Underdrive?
Well, it's got to be
currently.
It's got to be Satisfactory for sure.
Hell yeah,
for sure.
Game's such a blast. Like, we've got what? I think we've got 42 hours into it, and that's all stream time. And we're just scratching the surface. Everybody who tells us about it is like, oh yeah, we're on like the third playthrough. I've got about 4,000 hours in the game. And like, what? Excuse me? They're like, what?
Amazing.
That's a lot of time. You know, they say that you need 10,000 hours in something to be a master. He's halfway there. He's playing a game. So like, shit, this game's expansive. It's real good, real fun.
Okay, nice.
And shout out, there's a new update coming on the 16th, so that it's pretty exciting for the whole community. Yeah.
Did you guys play any VR games over there?
No, VR.
We don't have headsets, unfortunately.
We don't have the equipment, no.
Yeah, our holodeck is currently down, if you will. Yeah, we're renovating it to wink. You know.
What about your Game Test? You play any VR?
Yeah, I got a PSVR. I dabbled in some of those, played some trippy little games in there, did some pinball in it too. I like the VR experience, but I'm holding out for a higher grade VR, and when they come to the next generation of wireless, I'll really be in there. I also did some VR videos back when I was doing the music videos. Ooh. And one of them that I made, it was back when YouTube was able to, you can switch it to 360 even if it wasn't a VR video. So I made a video and I sort of mastered it for both VR and non-VR, so that it was one file, so you can watch it like a flat screen, or you can jump into it. And then they eventually, like the week I was to upload it, it said, okay, we're gonna split it off into two, so you're gonna have to do this meta injector to make it a VR video. I'm like, oh gosh. So there's two videos up there now. One is the VR version, one is the non-VR version, but they're the same video. Just depends if you want to jump and be in it, or you just want to watch it on a flat screen. I'll post a link to that in my feed, so you can watch it.
Man. Yeah, you have to let me check that out. Yeah. I was thinking like, Would you all do streaming if Minds had it? Like over Twitch, would you stream on Minds if you were able to?
Well, it's all about reaching an audience, right? So like we make our content and we try to get as many people to view it as possible. Like right now, Twitch seems like quite a saturated market. If Minds was to break through and have like an up and coming market, it would be probably a no-brainer to jump on Minds and get on that market.
Yeah, I'm definitely down for streaming some radio networks, some radio channels here, because I broadcast. What I do is I make mixes of NES games and retro games and also new stuff and put it together and then stream like a 24-hour stream of it. I have like maybe 50 or 60 hours of streaming music synced to video, and I would like to stream that more places. So Minds would be a great opportunity.
Oh yeah, dude, that would be awesome to have like a channel that you could just go to listen to 24 hours of streaming music, like anytime you wanted. Hell yeah, that'd be great, man. Yeah, SatoriD. I think it's your part of the questionnaire there, man.
My part. You know, the thing about like the streaming way back in a couple, I forgot when it was. I would say like 4 years ago. We were doing the Minds panel show, and this guy Tech Lords, he wanted to do Minds Radio, and he did. He bought like the service to like stream a radio, and then we had like a radio station.
I remember that.
For like a couple months, and we were like streaming 24 hours for like, I don't know, it was like 4 months or something. And we had like different DJs, and then you could set it to audio or whatever. And then I remember John was saying that he wanted like to do like audio streaming on Minds, and like it would be like, you know, you could like, I guess like, you know, and I was like, oh, that would be kind of cool if they had that. But I do videos. What I would suggest for everybody who does videos, you know, you could already upload the videos right now to Minds, and like, I think I do a lot of videos. I've been doing a lot of videos on Minds for a long time. Like, that's what the whole thing of me got to like start doing video editing, because Minds calls their things channels, not like you subscribe to somebody, but you subscribe to their channel. And I thought of them as like a TV station, as like a broadcasting channel. And so I've always worked in like that medium since the beginning. I've been on here on Minds, and I think like right now, what's cool, or what I think we should push for, is to like put, you know, good videos. I think I do anywhere from like a minute to 3 minutes of like a poetry video or like music, anywhere to like a podcast thing. Weird. I do these weird mashups, but they're like 15 minutes to like 23 minutes. And even this will go up on Minds for like, you know, I think like I wouldn't put a video longer than like an hour on Minds. That would be kind of murder to upload that shit. Mine sometimes messes up a lot when you upload shit.
I wasn't even familiar that you could post long form videos on Minds. I thought it was like other social medias where you could only do like a minute max kind of thing.
Oh, no, nah, you can upload up to an hour, even longer. I forgot what the limit is, but yeah.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Even YouTube didn't have that feature for like, what, 4 years after it came out or some shit. It was always limited to 15 minutes. So yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah. I remember that because you'd have to watch movies on YouTube in parts.
Oh yeah, right. Before copyright was a thing. It's like, oh, let's make this movie.
Good times. You know, in early Minds, I had a show like this, but we had to upload it in parts. Like we'll do like a full hour show and upload it in like 4 parts. That's the only way you could do it.
And it was a 5 minute upload space, right? 5 minute upload space when it first started.
Yeah, like crash shows fucking sucked.
Oh, game test. I know you got to work soon. So, what is there anything that you wanted to bring up?
Well, just to piggyback off the copyright comment, I remember when I first started uploading music to YouTube, most of the times the copyright claims were totally wrong. Like I did a video of Donkey Kong Country 2, and it said, okay, this is by a song by some rapper. I'm like, who's this? And it turns out I go to the rapper's video, and he stole the Donkey Kong Country 2 song and rapped over it.
Oh, what?
So he gets
The
credit for
rapper.
it.
He stole the Donkey Kong Country beat and then rapped over it, and then he
Ah,
claimed all the
yes.
songs on YouTube. And you see all the comments like, "Hey, this guy's claiming my song on YouTube because I played Donkey Kong Country." It's like, okay, yeah. So the more I started uploading music content to YouTube, the more correct the actual attributions became. So I was happy about that because, like, for the first year I did it, I would say about 90% of them were wrong. And now it's about like 90% of them are right. So if it is a legitimate claim and I look into it and like, okay, this is the label, this is the right artist, I believe it's right. If not, I say that no, this is fair use and this isn't even your song, so go away.
yeah.
But yeah, it was great talking to you guys. I appreciate hanging out. And if you want to do this again sometime, you can check me out, gametestplay.com or minds.com/gametestplay, and just reach out and I'll be happy to chat with you guys some more.
All right,
Nice.
man.
Cool.
It was
Sounds good, man.
fun
Nice
having
meeting you.
Talking to you, man.
All right, peace out.
Later.
See ya.
Later.
Yeah, Eclipsing Binary. So how you've been exploring the VR over there, bro?
Yeah, man. I've been going into the Imaginarium. It's looking sick. Both the vapor test room and the Curry Hobo room are fucking awesome. You know, it's just so weird in there, man.
Wait, what are these?
Yeah. We have a VR room.
Tell them, man. Tell
Really?
them. Tell them what's going on.
We created a VR room, or well, it's a cloud that we run a VR on, and then we're trying to build a game in the background for it. So right now we just have these little VR rooms that you can watch like VR videos, or you can go around in the room and look for hidden links. Like Eclipsing Binary has been helping me see how hard it's been on what I've created for the hidden links, and he told me it was too hard, so I don't know what I'm gonna do. But yeah, it's definitely.
I just suck, man. I just suck. It's not too hard.
That's pretty cool. What engine are you guys building this in?
Well, it's all A-frame, so I'm building it in A-frame, which is pretty much HTML and JS, you know, kind of combined. And then, but yeah, it's all new to me. A-frame's all new to me, so I'm still learning all the little details and stuff. But yeah, we got an API up, so you can build your own rooms in A-frame, or you can do your own VR videos if you wanted to and stuff like that too. So. Yeah,
Oh, that's so cool.
That's really cool.
Yeah. So like, we'll have a copy of your video for, you know, you can watch it in VR after we're done and we make it and all that. It'll probably be out, you know, sometime next week whenever I get around to releasing it. Some people yell at me like, who was it that yelled at me? Oh man, somebody yelled at me. He was like, "Hey, you gotta release my video."
Oh yeah,
like,
they're like, you're taking too long.
It's like, yeah, I'm gonna release it.
Yeah, that's the thing with like editing; it takes a while. I'm still
Oh
editing.
man, yeah. I'm glad that I have some gamers on, because I know they have some gaming footage that I can steal from them for you know, the production.
Yeah, it makes it easier.
It'll all be cool.
Right?
Yeah.
We got hours.
Yeah, but you know, going back to the VR room, that's the thing. I guess like Eclipsing Binary, like how do you like the Curry Hobo experience? Because
it's great.
This other drawing that I want.
Go on, sorry.
Yeah. No, there's the other image that he created during the talk with Mark Pesci, and so before that, Curry draws, and he draws during the discussion, and he does like a scroll, and he goes like you know, horizontally. And for this one, he was thinking more VR. He thought more of like it needs to be like going in more depth. So he created like a box, and he went like really deep into this drawing as we were talking. And I was like, "Fuck, this would be awesome in VR." And I was just wondering, like, what that experience is like. And I think that like doing more of that, because it's a big image, and yeah, I think like what's important to like dive into this like VR experience is like creating these big, you know, complex images to like explore and like hide little clues in.
Yeah, man. I've been playing with the images in the background, and learning how to zoom them in and out pretty much. Like, so I can, it's not the size of the actual image. Like I could make a huge image, but then I can zoom it out into the 3D and to like way, way far away. So it looks small, but really the image is big.
Mhm.
It's really weird. So I've been
So
playing
you
with
take
that.
you took this image and then like turn it into a 3D environment, or you uploaded the massive image into like a 3D kind of theater thing?
So you can
Which
do
one?
either.
Yeah.
So you can place the image in and make it the 3D environment, or you can place the image into the 3D environment and then zoom it into a 3D space like around the environment.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, gotcha. Oh, okay, that's pretty
So,
cool.
yeah. So it's really interesting to play with. Like it's all new to me, but learning like the geometry of it, it's been a while since I've done geometry. So
Yeah. Right now, when Game Test Play was talking, and he was saying about how early on YouTube had that experience of you could watch it like flat and watch the movie, or like go into it. Like I think what I've always been thinking about in the area is to have like a console, and then you watch like the movie, and then it's like set in the 3D space, like whatever it is, right? But it would be cool too to like have that like double feature where like you watch it and then you're like, okay, this is like a portal, and then you can like tap it and then like go into it, and then that part is like the three. Because I guess like for me, you know how like I edit, like there'll be parts where like you edit and it'll be like, okay, you're watching it in a 3D environment and it's on like a theater screen. And then there's a portion of the edit where it's like the 3D experience, so it's like represented as a portal. You tap it, you go into it, and then it edits you back out to like the theater into like the flat screen. Because you know how like I do weird edits where I have like music come in and then it's like talking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get That's crazy. Now that I'm saying it, man. I was sitting there thinking of it like in my mind, and like it didn't connect near like the end. So I was like had a completely different picture of what you're talking about. And then I was like, oh,
yeah.
Oh, yeah, man. Yeah, that'd be cool. So Maximus, how long do your little shows last usually?
Our shows, well, when we first started, we were like trying to keep it at like 2 hours, right, Evan? We were like,
yeah,
hey,
about 2 hours, 2.5.
Let's not go too long. And then we started playing Satisfactory, which is kind of like our core content that we really wanted to get out. It took us a while to get to the point where we had all the assets and everything set up to do exactly what it is that we wanted to accomplish. And then it just got so fun that we started like playing 5 and 7 hours some nights. Depends.
Yeah. Next thing we know, we're playing and like, oh shit, it's 2:30 in the morning. We started at 7. We've been going for a little bit. We should probably end it here.
I love when that happens, though. It's the best feeling ever.
Oh, it's great.
I know, right? It's so good.
That's
Time
like,
just flies.
I've accomplished nothing and feel great about myself. You guys ever have anybody on your shows?
Yeah, a few times, and we're always looking to do more collaboration stuff. We just what we like to do is incorporate them somehow into the lore and story of our environment, and then bring that in together. So we have the base story.
So
oh, go ahead.
Yeah, go on with the lore. I was going to ask. So what's the lore? What's the lore?
So our base story, our lore is I'm a character who's originally from Earth. We're actually from a different timeline. We're in a timeline where in the 1980s, our timeline broke off, and Earth never ended their space race. They kept going, but one corporation won over everything and became this super inefficient corporation that was just mining the universe. And that's the corporation that we belong to. And we're in the 27th century, so the 2600s, and we're actually 2 guys on a ship that got an internet connection through a time portal, and we're looking at the 21st century. And are intrigued by the way people on Earth behave.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's pretty fun because we also go above and beyond the Call of Duty. So for those of you who haven't seen, we green screen ourselves into entire custom built environments. So every time we do a new stream or like not every game, but every time we have a new idea, we make these custom built environments with like a story. So we don't just play the game and like have us on the side. We go from scene to scene. So like the way we start off our Satisfactory streams as of late, we start off in the ship talking about stuff in the bridge. Then we go to the drop pod. It drops us onto the planet. We get out of the drop pod. And these are like all scenes that we're in before we're even in the game. And then we actually get in the game and we pretend to be characters in the game, building a giant thing for a Maximum Holdings, the parent company that owns everything. So we're not just like everyone else on Twitch who do turn on a game and stream in my kitchen or my bedroom. We make entire environments to make it a lot more interesting for people to watch.
You can't tell we're in our bedrooms.
Yeah, you can. I'm in a kitchen. Like if this green screen falls down, it's going to be the most pimping gamer kitchen you ever seen because I got LEDs behind me. But oh boy, it would have looked stupid.
And
you gotta have
one thing.
Gotta have.
Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
I was just saying that one thing that we take a lot of pride in is accomplishing like technical tasks that I think a lot of people just don't do because they can't overcome. So we're both in different locations, but when you see us play, you'll see both of us together in the same place, as well as both of our gameplay. So that's a big thing for us.
Nice. I like that. And like, working together, finding ways to work together, even though you're not together, is a big thing. And I think a lot of us need to work on how to do that and the right ways to do that, and kind of merge it together. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's really difficult. It may not sound like a lot of work just getting gameplay and our footage, but holy shit, it's unbelievably crazy how many programs, like additional programs we have to run just to get signals to each other to make this bloody thing work. Yeah. It's unbelievable. And Clyde's the one who does that. So kudos to him for pulling all of it off.
I do the live production and Evan builds the worlds. So this is like it's a big team effort that we're working on. And my computer is roasting every time.
It's crapping out.
Yeah, you guys got to get Eclipsing Binary on your next show and get him to do something for you guys.
I'm down.
Yeah,
that'd be sick.
You know what's interesting is Eclipsing Binary used the image that I made to like create like a space in one of his videos, which was cool.
Oh, nice.
Which is like
that'd be an awesome, like those little images that you like, because I think that was a picture of him playing the guitar in like his living room or something, and then you add in all the stuff, and then put that picture up there, like, but that just the way that it looked would be perfect for like a VR room, like one of like the distant, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Well, I was thinking about that when you guys were talking about the VR. I was thinking, I got to talk to Evan later, see if we can't build stuff in the because we build it all in the Unreal Engine. If we can cross over and actually like get some of our rooms where people could actually go inside in VR, that'd be really cool.
That would be cool because I build the full environment most of the time. I don't just make a set that the camera looks at. When I build the environment, I build the full thing so we could use different angles of it in the room. So it'd be pretty cool if we could get VR going and have people walk around the film sets.
Oh yeah, man, definitely. Yeah, man. Having like because that's what we're working on in the long run is be able to walk around these different spaces and stuff and like do like an atmosphere. We were talking the other day about if we could make like a VR social media kind of place where you can walk around in this space and talk to each other and go in the different rooms and like do whatever those different rooms. Yeah, like the Clipping Binary would have like a guitar room that you could jam out in, and then I'd have a gaming room you could go play games in, and then you guys would have like a little movie theater room that
You have your spaceship.
yeah, yeah, man. Cool.
So that was like one of the things that I was imagining in the beginning when me and Mindsgaming first team up, and it's similar to like your team up. Like we both have different like skill sets, and we both like focus in on different aspects of like what makes like a better content in the sense that like what we're sharing on the cloud is like I do all these images and I create like these intros and all this kind of stuff. But when I was thinking about the VR space, I was walking home and I'm seeing like like different venues that like are closing down, and I'll be like, oh, that'll be kind of cool if I had like a physical space like that. Like, how would I use it and all this kind of stuff? I was like, oh, I don't have money for that. I'm not gonna be able to afford that. But I was like, oh, I got a VR space. Like, what about if that was the venue? Like, what if like every month I had a resident artist? So like, you guys take over the VR space for a month, and we help you like set up the back end and how to set up your images, and then you guys play with it for the whole month, and you're the feature artist for that month in that VR space, and like you create content, people could like view it, and then like I could show up and I join you guys, and I'm say, hey, this is what I'm creating and this is what I'm doing. We talk about like the Minds game that we're doing. Like I think like what we're talking about is like endless of what we can do as we learn how to like create together, share our assets, because that's what we're doing, me and Mindsgaming. And that was like the first initial thing was like, about like sharing files, and I was complaining about something, and he's like, oh, do it this way, and I'm like, oh, okay, and then I signed up for Glitch, and then like it just like snowballed from there. I was just like, oh, why don't we do VR? I was like, okay, and the next day we have like something, and we're like, okay, we could do this.
Even the gatherings, man, like just have like a few chairs there. You go into the room and you sit in your chair and just have a conversation with other people, just like this. In VR, to me, like that'd be cool. Like really meeting together in a way.
Yeah, it's a really unique sounding experience, especially if you could turn it into a podcast where you have a fully VR podcast. That'd be really cool if people could walk around the set and shit while they're listening in or just watching.
Would there be a way to be just like a fly on the wall if you didn't have access to VR stuff? Like,
oh, that's genius. So they could actually be in the set and like buzz around and shit and be seen. But
okay,
like,
I'm just thinking because like, it's a pretty high barrier, like a bar, right? It's the barrier to entry is owning VR stuff. So if there was like a way to
no. Like A-Frame, that's why we went with A-Frame, because like the A-Frame allows you to view the space without a VR set or with a VR on. So like
nice.
you would only be able to like, once we get the movements and stuff going, you'd only be able to walk around if you had a VR set, but you'd still be able to view the space and like go through everything.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So
but going back to what you guys were talking about, there's this other one that Mindsgaming and me have to like investigate, but I've been using this thing via this other podcast, Team Human and Douglas Rushkoff. But like yesterday we had this live event between this artist that did this comic book and the author. And what's cool about this space is like you could walk around. It's kind of like a video game, and you walk around, but it's all about voice, and it's called High Fidelity. But there's an area, and like so the layout is like it was outside. So there's like a dining room, and then you could go outside, and there's like like trees or whatever, and then there's like a DJ thing off to the side, and that's where they had like the little meeting. And so like you had like a little microphone for people, and like the thing about this space is that once you move around and you have your vocal thing, and there's like a little cone. And so like if you move away from people and you're talking and your back's behind them, then you're like lower. And so like you have to like crowd around to hear the speakers. And so like everybody's kind of muted, and then like the author and the comic book guy like talk, and then they open it up for discussion. and then like you kind of walk up to like the little microphone and the thing, and then you ask your question, and then afterwards it like breaks into like this whole like discussion, and like we're not really like have the setup of like author and comic book person talking. Now it's just like a circle, and we're all just discussing things and like getting to know each other and like just hanging out and talking about our experiences instead of like a formal kind of like podcast. And it broke out into like that, and it was kind of cool to have like that area and to have that setup, because like it was even funny to think about it where you can move around in the space, and you know, you're not like we were joking about bumping into people, because you could bump into somebody and you could like kind of push them. And then, so you think about like, you know, you're not really pushing these persons, but you're like, oh, is it rude that I'm just like bumping them out of the space and like moving them around and stuff like that? And then
So
like my friend Curry said, like, oh, if we're in my friend Curry was like, oh, if I see you in VR space, I'm going to drop kick you like the first thing I see. And I was like, dude, like that would be so fun. Like, you know, you can pick up things and like knock each other out or whatever, you know. Like, and then that
like a bar fight
too for you guys. Like,
Bar.
yeah. Just melee, you know. So cool.
Yeah.
You gotta have one like room just full of jousting implements.
Oh, could you imagine VR jousting? Just like, hey, you want to do this? That'd be great.
I mean, you go later, like just like, you know, you have those jousting things. They just have like jousting matches in there.
Yeah, argument gets too heated. You go into the jousting room.
And then you could like bump it up and you could horses, and then next to that, like a Honda Civic.
Yeah. Then you just like destroy the Honda.
You gotta have the Star Trek music for where Spock and Kirk are fighting. You gotta have the music. Da, 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 brah, brah.
Oh yeah. What kind of
I think it'd be better if you had the Duel of the Fates song. So you
guys are rock music listeners? You guys like rock?
Rock? I think Clyde listens to a lot more rock than I do. I listen to a little bit of rock, mostly punk rock.
Okay.
Clyde listens to that more.
I listen to.
What do you mostly listen to?
Right now I listen to everything. Like some people say, oh, I listen to everything, and then it's like a little bit of Drake and like goes to like, I don't know, some kind of electro. My playlist has no in between. It could go from like classical music to Swedish death metal to electro, and then like something modern. So literally everything.
That's the way.
So I was just thinking about this today.
What about,
so like I have some things that I don't like about in music. Like there's most music I like, just because generally people make music because it's a happy experience to make music, or you're getting some like emotion out or something like that. The one thing I don't like in music, and I was thinking about this today because there's like almost a dichotomy in my thought, is that I don't like corpro music that pretends to be authentic.
What's corpro music?
Just like stuff that's made by like a big corporation that's just for the sake of just shoving music down your throat and making sales. So, yeah. but I make an exception with like, because I used to live in Japan, and J-pop is just like, it's straight out there. People enjoy it and it's great. Like just all kinds of music, not particular J-pop genre, but like just a lot of music in Japan is just made by industry, but nobody lies about it. Nobody's like fooling anybody that it's not the industry.
Yeah, it's like authentic. It's like pop industry.
Yeah, but in the West, you have like these big corporations that are pumping music out, but they try to fool you into thinking it's like some independent, authentic artist, and that drives me nuts. I can't stand that stuff. But other than that, like I love everything from like French house to Johnny Cash. You know what I mean?
Johnny Cash, yeah, Johnny
classic.
Cash. Yeah.
We should listen to French House remix Johnny Cash music.
I'm gonna get FL Studio and make some mixes.
Sounds like a bop.
Yeah, Justice meets Johnny Cash.
Yeah.
You got any backtracks like John Cash eclipsing binary? Any like sounds like that? Anything that sounds like that?
No. The most I have is like acoustic folk, like Latin folk, Spanish song, basically. But mostly no. I play with the electric guitar mostly. I am into punk rock and all that.
Yeah, I know. But that guitar's sick, man. Oh, you sent me some sci-fi music the other day, and that's on the website.
Oh, my first
that was
attempt,
good,
man.
man. Yeah. We're getting there. Yeah. I like the dips. We gotta go a little lower though. We gotta get it a little darker.
Okay.
Gotta sound
really
evil.
dark. I can do dark.
Yeah, get to that evil space where it sounds like something bad's about to happen.
All right. Yeah, I just I started playing with it. I remember like as a kid when Fruity Loops came out. Like I remember that, so I played with that a bit. But in the recent years, I just I've been using Reaper. I play mostly analog stuff. The only thing is the MIDI drums that I do put in there. But yeah, I just play my electric guitar, my bass. I do the drums. I sing a bit and some of the songs. But that was new to me when you asked me. It's like, okay, I'm gonna play with cellos and I'm gonna play with some violins and I'm gonna put some delays on some stuff. Let's see what that happens. And I quite enjoyed it, man. That was fun.
Good. I'm glad you enjoyed it because when you sent it to me, I was like, yeah, I had to listen to it, man. It was good for the first try, man. I'm not mad at it. Yeah, definitely. We got to get darker, and we got to get some long streams, some good like 5 minutes, songs out.
Sweet.
Yeah. What about movies? Maximum Underdrive. What kind of movies are you into? Horror, comedy?
I like movies that make you think in a way. More movies that kind of surprise you. So like Fight Club, for example, is like one of my favorite movies of all time. We actually have a thing we have set up on our Discord we're doing a movie night and we're watching Fight Club because this guy Evan has never seen Fight Club.
I haven't seen it yet, so if you spoil it, I swear to God.
What? You never seen it?
Yeah, no spoilers. No spoilers here. But
that's not even possible. Okay,
it is possible.
Please don't. You can't spoil it. It's not allowed. It's against the rules. Okay.
Yeah, no, such a good movie, great ideas, and I like movies that like are aesthetically pleasing. Like I like movies, especially Fincher, like the way he puts his like the effort that he puts into his cinematography. It's just beautiful to watch. So when you take a good story and great acting and you put that together with great cinematography, you put together like a full package deal. It's great. I really like that.
Okay. So we can't talk about Fight Club though, because
that's the number one answer.
So what's another movie of yours?
Jaws. I love Jaws.
Oh, Jaws. Yeah, man. Jaws is great. You gotta love Jaws. There's some dark music for you, Jaws music.
I was just thinking that.
But like, as someone who thinks through the lens of a camera, right? Like, because when we put together our scenes, I'm constantly thinking of how I want to frame them, right? When I watch a movie like Jaws, most of the movie is shot in this tiny, like 30 by 10 space, and yet it's so interesting to watch the whole thing. Like that's an accomplishment, and that's what I see.
Right.
Like that.
Yeah, Megamouth's gaming's favorite movie was Jaws 2. Remember, I think that's his icon too. So you got to make sure to check him out.
Yeah, I mean, but going back to your point, I remember when I took a playwriting in college, and that was like the point of like a play like having just one scene and like the space and creating a And I guess that's what you guys are doing with your backgrounds and your like little green room space is creating this world within a box, right? But it's like expansive and which is cool. I mean, I always look at that too when I view something. One of my favorite movies it's called The Cube, and it's Jim Henson's like existential experimental film in college. And all it is this guy in this cube, and he's trying to escape it. And he like goes from one. He finally finds this way to go outside of the cube, and he comes out from the other end. And there's like this maintenance guy that shows up, and there's like every so often there's like random people that show up, and he's like all confused and like, how did you get here? Like, how do I get out? And they kind of like, it's like a dream. Is that they talk like past him, and they go on with their dialogue, and then it's funny because like the whole movie is just in this one room in a cube, but like all these characters come in, and then like he's always trying to escape it. And it reminds me of this dream I had once where like it's like a dream inside of a dream. Like I wake up and I think I woke up for reals, and then like I go outside, and then I go to this liquor store with my friends to buy a blunt, and then we go back to my friend's house to smoke, and then I realize, oh fuck, this is a dream, and then I gotta wake up, and then like I got in that loop for like 20 times, and I was just like, what the fuck? But it reminds me of that movie, The Cube. Yeah.
You should think of Groundhog's Day right there.
I was just thinking the same thing. I was thinking Bill Murray. I got to put that on my list. I haven't seen that.
Yeah, I heard you talk about it another time. It sounds very interesting, man.
You know, it'd be fun is if we did a movie night where we all just sat down and talked about like an old movie. We'd have to do something like weird though. We'd have to do like weird movies.
You have to find like an obscure C movie that's really shit.
Blue Velvet, still one of my favorite
movies and stuff. Yeah.
Blue Velvet is like one of my favorite movies to show somebody and then say, let's talk about this after.
What is it about?
You know what's funny? Like that reminds me of this friend that I had. It was my friend's older brother, and he like used to sell us weed. And the funny thing is, like, I wasn't even smoking weed at the time, but all my friends were, and we were like, they will smoke weed, and then they're like, let's watch a movie, and everybody's like debating, and then everybody's like, oh, Pulp Fiction, and someone in the group doesn't watch Pulp Fiction, and we're like, we got to put it on. But we always would like watch it and never finish it. And we always like would try to start it and like try to finish it, and then like wherever we started it at, like we always wouldn't finish it, and we're seeing like the same scenes like over and over again. And you know how like the whole movie is not like a straight narrative, so that you can watch them out of like context and like still like it was just funny because like I didn't realize until like I watched it all the way through. I'm like, oh, like. It still makes as much sense as when I was watching it, like out of like.
Wasn't Pulp Fiction? It was like an R-rated Seinfeld episode. I mean, the way it was structured.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Pretty much. It's just like weird the way it went. It's a good movie, but still, it's like let's just write a real trip. Is what
I think he was just scatterbrained all over the place, and then in the last 10 minutes he's like, how do I tie all this together?
Yeah, but he doesn't. He just like, fuck it, let's end the movie in the diner. You know, I've had enough. Yeah, I'm just gonna go to bed. Let's present this. And now it's like one of the most well-known movies. Yeah, it's funny.
That's great.
Yeah,
man. That's great.
Does Tarantino do that for all of his movies? Because like in a lot of Tarantino movies that I've seen, it looks like there's a lot of random wandering. Is that, I haven't seen all of them. I've seen like 3 or 4, like Kill Bill and Pulp Fiction. But have you guys seen any other?
You like Reservoir Dogs? I think you'll like that one.
Reservoir Dogs?
Yeah, but there's a lot of that in that too.
It is.
Don't get me wrong, because it's Tarantino's style. I'm just, I don't know if that's how he does it for all his movies.
Yeah, I can't think of one that doesn't have it though.
I can. Dusk Till Dawn.
Okay.
Is that one a bad one?
You know, yeah, yeah.
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 It's like his corporate one, like he had to like actually
It's George Clooney with tribal tattoos. That's bad.
Oh Jesus! One can only like just from hearing that, like I'm already turned off. I don't want to watch this.
Jesus. So, what do you guys? Do you guys think we're all living in the Matrix?
Oh, what's this? I keep hearing this idea of the simulation, right?
Yeah, the simulation theory, that we're all a simulation and we're all just information and code, and that this world isn't really real. It's just our perception of real.
It's funny because I only stumbled on this concept because it got popular, I guess, in the past year or so. And it's almost mainstream now. People are talking about it. But
yeah, I feel like it's definitely gotten a lot more popular in the last 2 years. I've been into it for a long time though. But
it's one of those weird non-falsifiable things where it doesn't matter what you say. People could say, well, you're only just it. You know what I mean? But,
no, definitely know what you mean.
It doesn't feel like a new idea. It feels kind of like Buddhism with tech.
Well, yeah. I mean, it goes back. I mean, this idea goes back to Plato. Plato has, Plato in the cave.
He watched The Matrix.
We're all in this.
Plato is in the Matrix. What are you talking about?
Right. Plato played as Neo. You don't know that? Sorry, keep going.
No, I mean, it goes back. To what you were saying too. We have Buddhist philosophy that all this is illusion, and I mean, my main point when Mindsgaming will bring it up is we can't get outside of our own minds, and what we think reality is only a projection of our perception and our minds, and even after the fact of that moment in the now. What happens is a projection of your memory is not what reality is. You know what I mean? Even from that perspective of
but then
what you think happened.
Isn't the whole concept of a simulation just a projection of what we currently know and understand about what's possible with the consciousness?
Yeah.
That's a good point.
Everything is projection and everything, and this goes into these deeper things of when we unlock certain concepts, and that expands the possibility of what we can do, where we were talking about this with a sci-fi writer where what do you call it 20 Leagues Under the Sea, where they would invent the future, and later it will come into science fact of different things they're using. You go back to Leonardo da Vinci and the things that he was drawing, and he had the mechanics right, and these are a dreaming up of submarines before they happen. And I was talking to this guy that wrote actual VR code, and he got to understand how to write it while he took acid. He had this experience of going into a vision, and he was in the vision, and then later on he kept on thinking about it, and then his language to express it is not art. His language to express it is coding, and so he wrote one of the first VR languages. So that's kind of stuff is interesting of how information works, and when we talk about opening up the possibilities of what reality is and where these ideas come from and different
so the only thing I can kind of equate that to is when I was younger, I went to this place where you could pick magic mushrooms, right? And you had to go out in this grassy field and find them, and they're quite hard to find. You're looking around, but if you eat a couple, you could spot them easily, right?
They just glow and shine to you.
Now, how much of that is rooted in fact, and how much of that is you just tripping balls, right? So
yeah. My favorite framework of psychedelics is, I read this article once, and the guy was saying that psychedelics are a super placebo, and he was talking about like these different experiments that they did when psychedelics were legal, and however the scientists would frame the experiment. So say you wanted to do a study on schizophrenia, and then you said, okay, maybe LSD simulates the like a psychic break, and we could understand psychosis through giving somebody LSD, and so they set up this experiment and they give it to them, and sure enough 90% of these people have like a psychotic break, and like they have a bad time, and they're like, okay, this LSD creates psychosis. Now another study at the same exact period of time, they say, well, maybe LSD could help people with alcoholics, and they do a study, and it has a good outcome. Like even the guy who wrote AA took LSD, and that's how he came up with the concept of Alcoholics Anonymous. And like so, like whatever you did,
I thought he took God.
Early study. Well, sorry, no, like he took LSD and God told him like blah blah blah. Like the they don't mention that in the actual AA, but the guy that wrote it, like he took LSD. We did early experiments for LSD to help alcoholics get over alcoholism. This was like in the 50s or whatever.
I just interjecting. I think AA.
Yeah.
Just interjecting real quick. I think AA would be more successful if they were less pushy about religion. I think a lot more people would probably get involved in it.
I think
I didn't even know they were pushy about that.
Yeah, it's just it's the one state mandated thing that actually pushes religion. It's like it's this weird separation of church and state thing that I disagree with. I mean, I don't disagree with Christianity and people want to be Christian. You do whatever you want, but they're way too pushy with it.
I know what you mean.
Yeah,
definitely.
See, I mean, that's the problem. They went away from their psychedelic roots. If they would have
forgot about the mushrooms.
They wouldn't push any like denomination. They would be like, "Oh, you don't tell. We won't tell you about God. Just speak to God. Here you go. Here's some mushrooms. Like, go speak to God.
Forget about the liquor. Have some heroin. That'll fix your problems."
I don't think heroin's a psychedelic, though.
No, you don't know until you tried.
Don't knock it. The morphine, the better, right?
You're sure. Well, Ibugaine's pretty good for getting off heroin. There's always a psychedelic to help you with whatever you need.
I suppose, yeah.
Oh, man.
And the ultimate reverse of that is, turns out in rehab they give you alcohol to stop you from doing heroin, and it's just an endless cycle.
Well, that's what they do to meth, right? Or they give you they just give you another drug that you can get you addicted to.
Did you say math or meth?
Meth, like if you were addicted to meth,
I was like, wow,
you just go and get more drugs that you can get addicted to.
Yeah, that makes a lot more sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Had a math addiction.
Man.
Kids out there, get addicted to math. Get addicted to math. Not
Yes,
drugs are bad, okay? Oh man. Well, before we wrap up, is there anything that you guys wanted to bring up with us, Maximum Underdrive?
Well, since this is a Minds community thing, like I wanted to maybe make some suggestions about Minds, or just things that I miss about other social media platforms that I'd like to see on Minds moving forward. If anybody who's of any influence is listening to this at all.
Sure.
Some of the things that I'd like to see moving forward on Minds is I'd like to see from the people that I follow their replies to other people in my timeline. Like that's something I'd like to see. So I got used to seeing that on Twitter. So if somebody replies to somebody else, it'll show up in my timeline what they said and what the tweet was that they were replying to. But I don't see any of that kind of.
I got what you're saying.
Yeah, I don't see any of that sort of stuff in the feed. And basically, if somebody replies to other people a lot but doesn't do any posts, I won't see them until they post something.
Right. Yeah. It's yeah, I think the comment threads have gone back and forth with that, because I remember when you commented on those, because it's like a reply to a reply, and it used to go deeper into replies or whatever. But yeah, I noticed that at one point you just stopped getting notifications of the replies to other, and I don't know if that's if that was like because it was just too much or if the system. But yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah, I don't know how the system works, but yeah, like when somebody I follow says something, I like to see it just in the regular feed as I'm scrolling through.
Right. Yeah. Anything else for you guys?
Just come check us out. We're streaming tonight. We'll be live at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on twitch.tv/Maximum Underdrive. Check us out.
Yeah. And you guys, do you guys repost your stuff on Minds, right? You upload here too, right?
Well, I've been uploading clips, but now that I know that I can upload bigger stuff, I might upload even edits and stuff like that of particular content.
Yeah. Try to start with get some good 15 minute videos out there at least. Get that content rolling for us. Because we like those uploads, and you can even like schedule them to come out if you wanted to and stuff like that. So you could have a steady stream of them and stuff like that going out.
Nice. Yeah, I'll start working on that. I wasn't aware that it was possible.
Oh yeah, definitely. Eclipsing Binary, you got anything as our special guest you wanted to bring up before we close out?
Yeah, man. Just something that, I mean, at least I've tried and it didn't work for me. I don't know if it doesn't work, but like pinning a post that you upload to a group. Like I'd like to pin my gaming stuff when I, upload it to GamerTube. Like I'd like to pin that one, but it doesn't allow me to. I have to basically put another upload on my own channel basically and pin that one. Like it's not allowing me to pin group posts, and that would be cool. I think
you mean like when you remind the group post to your channel, you want to be able to pin it to your channel?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, definitely. Let's see what's going on with that. Because I know you can't pin reminds of other people's stuff, but you can pin the quoted stuff. And then, but yeah, there should be a way, because it's your content. There should be a way that you should be able to pin that.
But I haven't tried quoting it, but that doesn't help you, right? Like if I upload it, and like it's better to remind without quoting. Like it's more fair for everybody. Am I wrong there?
Is that a thing?
Well, on your content, it doesn't matter. You do whatever you want with your content.
Yeah.
But in general, it's fair.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because if you quote it and you remind, then the likes will go to you instead of you say if it's someone else's content. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. So if I quote you, then all those likes come to me. But if I reminded it, they all go to you. So yeah. But I quote everybody from my groups, yeah, and then I remind our hashtags. So, but yeah, it's SatoriD. You got anything before we close out, man?
Nah, it was fun. Nice to meet you guys, and when you guys upload your stuff, don't be afraid to tag me, and I'll check it out, and then help to get you guys out there, because I'm all about. I have Infinite Imaginarium. Besides Mindsgaming, what my group is called Infinite Imaginarium, where we've been all about creating and collaborating. And if you see some of our videos, we do mashups. Like there's anywhere from 3 to 5 different artists and people creating stuff that help me to create my video edits, whether it's like music or images and voices and all that kind of stuff. So moving forward, I think it'll be fun to collaborate and to have some fun moving forward. And we'll even show you how to in the future to get hooked up with if you guys want to, and play around with the VR. once we get that figured out. More.
Yeah, once we got the equipment for it, yeah, totally.
When the holodeck is done being renovated,
yeah,
you know.
Hey, yeah, we gotta get on that holodeck. That'd be awesome.
I just need to find my screwdriver to fix it, and we'll all be good running. All right. Well, it's good having everybody here, man.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah,
thanks.
Man.
Thank you.
We'll have to get you guys back on some time, or maybe we'll have to have something over on your guys' side so we can help promote your guys too. But yeah, we'll get you guys all the audio streams for this so you guys can use it however you want or do whatever you want with it. All right.